Good evening, friends. This is Arpita here. So today, the Awakening series is part 7. Today we are going to understand about the basic question of what is the problem. See, whenever we go to a doctor or we go to a psychologist or a therapist or anybody, the first question which comes is they generally ask you what is the problem. Okay, that's where everything begins, right? So when we are asking the question to ourselves first, what is the problem? Okay, when we ask this question, either it is my body does not work, or my relationship does not work, or my finances does not work, or my life in totality does not work. Okay, there must be something where we have to be clear of what is the problem. Sometimes, most of the times, what happens is maybe our relationships are not working, but we keep on thinking on my finances does not work. So we need to have a clear picture within ourselves that what is the problem for me, what is the problem which is I'm going through inside me. Is it my relationships, or is it my finances, or is it my body, or is it something else, or maybe all inclusive, it is totally. Okay, it is like we think sometimes, there are some things we think that I never get to do what I want to do, and I don't know what to do, or I can't please everyone all the time. There is never anyone, or anyone for me, you know these kind of statements, nobody cares what I want to do, and all this kind of questions. Actually, what is it? Is it that you want somebody to listen to you and that will clear all your problem, or is it that there is somebody you want all the time to be with you? Then it's a relationship work. And when you think like you never get to do what to do with it, is it finances? We need to be clear about our questions. We randomly, because we are so many times what happens is there are so many things which the mind is taking over. It is confused. The mind, the activity of mind psychologically is to confuse a person, logically confuse a person. Okay, that is what happens. So whenever we are thinking that what, something is not working with me in life, so we need to, essentially, it becomes very important to look into the factor that what is it that is not working and what is the problem. Okay, if you're feeling if you're feeling it is the body which is not working, or you're feeling is it the relationships are not working, or you're feeling the finances are not working, what is the area that you're feeling that it's not working for you? Now let us understand a few questions. Let us answer for ourselves few questions. What is happening in your life? These are the questions. You can, n number of times you can answer these questions. What is happening in your life? Whatever is happening, just list out whatever is happening. You feel, oh, life is going on good, you say life is going on good. If you think, yeah, this is what is happening, or life is going on good, everything is going on fine, but if this also happens, I would like. That means what is happening in life, when you are answering the question what is happening in your life, you are actually pondering on what is not happening in life. Okay, first we need to answer these basic questions. Whatever is happening now, how is your health, right? And what do you do for living? What do you do for to live to deal with your survival things? What do you do? Do you have some bank balance, or some bank balance or some property which you can rely or live, or is it that some work you're working, there is some category of work you're doing? Okay, and now, do you like to work? That's the first question. Do you like your work? The many times what happens is, I will tell you a wonderful example. In a house there was a maid servant. Okay, and the house owner is always surprised to see the maid servant doing continuously the work, and not even showing any kinds of glimpse on her face. Absolutely, the face is expressionless. Whatever work, a smile, and then going on working. So this owner of the house is suddenly surprised to see, and it created a curiosity. How come sometimes there is so much of work and this lady never answers back, or never puts a point of, no, I don't want to do it now, I want to do it later or something. You keep on giving work and she keeps on doing it. How is it possible somebody can do so much work? Okay. And now when one day this lady asked, what is that, there's so much work today, are you tired? Then she said, the maid servant replied, no, I'm not tired. I said, since morning. Then the owner said, since morning you have been working, and how come you're not tired? If it would have been me, then I would have been got tired. Then the owner replied. Then they said, no, I'm not tired at all. Then as and when, then we said, do you like this kind of work? Then the lady asked, do you like this kind of work? Then the maid servant said, who wants to live a life as a maid servant, cleaning all the utensils, cleaning washing clothes and all these things? Who would want? Everyone want a better life. But I have accepted that this is what my life is and this is how my work is, and I need to do this work because there are certain things in my family, in my survival things, I need to take care. So instead of me rejecting the work, better I start liking it. If I like it, I will not feel stressed, or I will not feel frustrated, I will not feel disgusted, I will not feel anything. In return, this will give me more work and will make me a better person. And maybe sometimes I may be sometimes I'll go very free in making this. Then that lady understood this is what generally happens with everyone. It's a simple thing, but if these are the things we miss out when we continuously do the same work. Morning we are getting up, we are doing the household reports, and then we are going to office, or you're coming back and all. It feels like it become a routine. I'm bored, I want a change. Definitely everyone would want a change. That is definitely there. Everyone would be tired some point or the other, wanting a change. Wanting a change does not mean you're not liking what you're doing. But the minute you are not liking whatever you are doing, okay, there will be a pressure in your head, in your thinking process, in your entire body. And the body starts rejecting. It will not want to work. It will feel that this today this pain is there, today that pain is there, and all because since you have to go, there is no other way out. You are going there, you are working, and all the irritation and frustration you are throwing on your family members or anyone, everything begins to collapse. Now nothing is working, and now you end up doing the work with not good with not good results. So the pay is also less, and everyone says, no, your working system is not good. Obviously, when your working system is not good, nobody want to hire you. The finances are also working. Just in these matters, always think, do you like your work? Whatever work you are doing, whatever it is, good, bad, ugly, nasty, whatever it is, do you like your work? And now then you ask a question, how are your finances? Okay. And now how is your, maybe how is your love life? How is your life with your relationships, with your maybe it is your with your parents, or with your partner, or with your girlfriend, or anybody? Okay, how is this going on? And now you can list out for yourself your childhood briefly. How was the childhood? Explaining everything about the childhood, because most of our issues are coming from the belief systems we have carried from our childhood. So it is important to make out a list of we have a brief understanding about how childhood was, how we lived the days where you were a child. Okay, thoughts and words, these create a future. Whatever you think, whatever you speak, whatever you utter, all these things create a future. And this experiences, words are words we speak, whichever word we are speaking, these are like indicators. They are indicating that this is what you think inside. That is why this word has come. Most of the times we might be conscious, we might be unconscious. Sometimes maybe consciously we do not know what we are speaking, and there is a thought, some thought behind it, which is actually indicating. We may not know consciously, but unconsciously there is some thought which is actually provoking you to, from inside, provoking you to speak, utter such words. Okay, these things keep happen. And now whatever, whatever is the situation, take a pen and pad and ask, and you ask yourself, and write down, you pen down from the top, whatever, like, you said, I should, with whatever statement you heard in your childhood. When you are writing about complete briefly about your childhood, you can write whatever, maybe your parents said, you should, you should do this, you should do that, you should be like this, you should be like that. So you should is a point. Okay, whichever statements you have heard which starts with you should, start writing it. It is like, the entire universe, entire frequency, or whatever word you give to this universe, it totally supports every thought we choose to think and to believe. Whatever you believe, that's what it said, yad bhavam tad bhavati. It is like whatever you think and whatever you believe will manifest. There is no other way go. So it is better when you know that we need to know that what we should believe and what we should think, how should be our thoughts and what should be our belief systems. We need to know. And now the point is, when you are walking your purpose, when the journey begins, generally for anyone, for after certain lifetime, then after your intellect is grown up, when you become an adult, when your intellect is grown up, and you have set out in your life, in your work, there is a purpose for certain thing. You start living your world, you have studied till here, and now for that purpose, based on that education, you want to work somewhere. So when you are walking in this purpose, it will, like, it is initially, it will become difficult, because you are struggling, you are learning, you are this thing, and all this helplessness gradually will go away. The initially it is difficult because you are learning. Whenever you are learning something, there is a difficulty. Even when you are as a child, when you joined the school, to write that sleeping line, standing line, also it was a great difficulty. Some things maybe you remembered, sometimes some things you have forgotten sometimes. I had a thing in my childhood. I was never good at this ninth table. Okay, but I had a great difficulty in learning the ninth table. But the only thing I remembered about the ninth table is 9 nines is 81. Okay, this is all I remembered. So it's like in summer holidays, we used to be in our grandparents' house, and my grandfather used to ask every day for me, tell me the ninth table. And every day I'm struggling hard to say, and I used to fail. But my brother, who used to tell everything about ninth table, it is only the 9 nines he used to miss. And that is where I used to say 9 nines are 81. Okay, just that one thing, I used to feel so joyful. Yes, I said something which he could not say. Maybe I have not done 10 things, 8 things in that, but one thing I've told out of 10, one thing I have told, and maybe all the 9 things I've lost, but one thing I've told, that itself is used to get me so much of curiosity and enthusiasm and inspiration in me, that I used to make an effort of learning it every day, in spite of failing every day, failing not to unable to say it, but still I used to learn. And then suddenly one day I found, when I was sitting and watching into the table, suddenly I found every number was alternate. When I am saying 9 nines are 81, then there is something it in a reverse. When I go reverse, it is showing 9 twos are 18. Okay, these are something which started increasing, and slowly it is, the numbers are coming like 1 to 9, and from there the numbers are, from the top the numbers are adding 1 to 9. It was like I had to just write the numbers, and I'm done with the 9 table. It was so much of shift. It is like, when you it initially, when anytime, whenever you begin a journey, a fresh journey, a new start, initially there might be some limitations or inner turmoil, all these things might happen, but suddenly you will someday you will see all the helplessness is gone. Now you are all set, because you will see whatever you thought, whenever you are walking in a path, everything is coming up in the path, because in this path this is what is going to happen. Whether you realize it or you do not realize it, this is what is going to happen. Now as soon as we begin to how we will be giving back to the world with your own unique skills. Everyone is born with a unique, beautiful skill. Everyone in this world. Not only, this is not limited, the statement is not limited to only educated people or high fund of people or well-trained people or anything. Every child, even a small child, the moment they are born in the physical manifestation, in this dimension, they are born with their own unique skills. And this skills, the reminder of the missing dots will connect you. They will get connected. All the missing dots, when you are expressing, when you are giving to the world your unique skill, everything is aligned. Everything perfectly comes into the match. Everything, it is like the joining dots, and the picture is complete. This is how it happens. And amongst the many stages of awakening within yourself, whatever is awakening, if you are in the spiritual path, we can say it's a spiritual awakening. If it is a life, then it is an awakening. It's a life awakening. Okay, it is like this. Many stages of this awakening, layer by layer. So one can bring the momentous shift in your reality. This one thing, this just one thing that you are realizing now, this is what I studied, this is what is my skill, I have learned about myself, and this is what maybe I have not learned any Vedas, I have not learned any scriptures, I know anything about it, but I have learned what I am, what is my skill, what is that I can give back to the world. When I work on that, then everything comes into the picture. Everything comes exactly. Everything is lined up. So this will bring a great shift in your reality. Always master that. Always, it is important, whenever you have, when you are mastering, when you are, begin to like your work, maybe through because of the life issues or certain survival issues or whatever the pressures of life, you have taken up something, and when you are liking it and when you're doing it, all the old patterns which were there, which were blocking the path or whatever it is, everything will start, first initially it will resurface, it will appear again whenever you are walking. And specifically when you are in a self search mode, everyone is through the potential, they are searching themselves only. Other than self, no one is running behind anything. It is the myth that the mind shows that I want to be that, I want to be Vivekananda, I want to be Sachin Tendulkar, I want to be this, I want to be that. But everyone is working sincerely and dedicatedly, unconsciously or unconsciously, to be themselves only. And this is what the true awakening, when you realize it is here I want to reach, inside me, it is me I have to reach, and nobody else. Okay, once I reached myself, once I mastered myself, I have mastered the entire universe, because whatever is inside, that is what is outside. Okay, whatever I realize here, that is already there to be realized outside. Okay, so when you are working on a path of the realization, this awakening process, all the old patterns, your habits, your thought process, everything will start first initially begin to resurface again. You begin to see, it is like if you are revisiting your challenge at this time, when it is coming, a pattern is coming again and again. When you see this pattern is repeating, and this has happened in the previous time, this situation is exactly like before. When you are seeing it this time, you step back and you notice it. If there is anything different, you will see, last time when this same situation happened, I was suffering, I was struggling, I didn't know what to do. Now I know, because I've already walked that path. We forget that we have already walked all the path, but whenever it is coming, we are connecting ourselves to there, and because the mind is connecting to that picture, and we are reliving the same story again. We need to understand that, we have already lived the past. The past has got nothing to do now. It is only coming as a challenge to me to see how I react to it now, how I respond to it now. Okay, that is how it comes. Now journey isn't about, it is not about being perfectly happy or perfectly perfect or whatever it is. It is about being able to rise above the nonsense whatever was happening in life, and stay in the with the flow of life, be in the now, being exactly in the now. This ego, there is an ego personality which is a rigid mind. Ego is nothing but, I always say, it's a rigid mind. This rigid mind will always be followed by a reality check. It will always make you to take up with a check, which again it will go like a spiral, which will go in like mix and match, like how in a yin yang thing, whenever there is completely white shade, there is a black dot, and completely black, there is a white dot. Okay, everywhere it goes on. So we need to first understand, we need to first, you need to say that first we need to understand that this where the thought, this was the thought in my thing, and this is what the thought I believed, so I created the same situation, and this situation has been happening because my thoughts have not changed, my belief systems have not changed. Now when I am mastering something, we need to understand, what am I giving to the world? What am I giving? What is my presence going to be? What signature I'm going to leave to this world? We need to understand that. When we understand this aspect, then we know that, yes, this is what I need to master. This is my talent. This is my quality. This is my, that could be maybe, just smiling at everyone and just saying, hello, how are you? Maybe everyone, you are only asking that, hello, how are you? You might be going through so many struggles and so many things, but still when you go out, you look at a person, you smile and say, how are you? Everything good? Always saying yes mode, always being yourself in the positive mode. It might feel difficult, but it is not that very hard, impossible also. Okay, this all comes on how well you are loving yourself. Now respect the self, have gratitude for the miracle of, the body. Our physical body itself is a miraculous machine. It is so miraculous. There, every cell has got some intelligence. You are not telling your body every day when you wake up, you are not telling the organs to start functioning, you are not switching on any plug. It is working. After eating your food, it is digesting. As long as you are breathing, your heart is also beating, the circulation is happening. The circulatory system, digestive system, nervous system, excretory system, reproductive system, every system is working perfectly in us. Who has told? It is the intelligence inside. In every cell there is an intelligence which is interacting with each other and communicating, and the communication is going on, and our minds are responding to those communications. In those memories, in those cells, there is a memory. This memory could be a thought which we have accumulated from the past, or we might have heard so many times, that is there, and based on that, whatever the situation is happening in front of you, your mind is showing the same thing. Why is that your mind is showing the situation? Just because I am seeing a beautiful scene outside, everyone might not have the same vision. Some people might say, oh, what is this? It is of stupidity. Nothing is happening. It's just a road. It's just a common road. I might say, oh, beautiful. This road is so beautiful. This so greenery, so much this thing. It is my vision which is showing, because inside, that is what is the memory is saying me. Within me inside, this is the story which is running, which these are the memories which are running in me. So the mind is showing me this aspect only. That so for this intelligence which is going through, we need to always respect and have a tremendous amount of gratitude to ourselves. What is love? Love is not something where you are making a cup of tea for someone, or you're making preparing a lunch for someone, or you're bringing a jewelry or nice clothes, or providing everything for someone. Okay, that is also expression of life. But what really love is appreciation. When you are appreciating, I can feel love for the very process of life itself, the way life is going on for everyone. It is tremendously beautiful. The joy of being alive. You are alive today. Isn't it enough for you to make your day the best? The situations are not making your day. It is you who are going to make your day. It is your strength in your mind that is going to make your day today. See the beauty. Whenever you are seeing a knowledge, it is a process of mind. Your mind has perceived a particular thing, and it has understood according to the thoughts and belief system you hold inside. Okay, and then there is an insight which has happened all the time. And now when you can feel love for all these things, your knowledge, the way the mind is working, the way the entire physical system is working, when you are the way of you are alive, when you can love for all these things. And now when you see what generally we don't love, we scold and criticize easily. Okay, because we don't love, so we scold and criticize. We mistreat our own bodies. We mistreat some people have a tendency of saying, my house is not good, it is a very old house, I don't like my house. Oh, what food is this? Every day we are eating the same food. No, it is so this thing. Okay, you are indulging your own body with so much of overindulgence of alcohol, or even the food we intake. We choose to believe that we are unlovable. We force ourselves. It is not somebody else who's going to love you. It is you must have your own the capacity to love yourself, because it is you who have chosen the body. If you remove the body, okay, remove the body, remove the mind, what are you? You are the spark of that light. Right, this light has got some intelligence. It has come to express that intelligence, and to the expression in the physical reality, in the three-dimensional plane, it needs this mind as a medium and the body for the expression. Right, but what are we doing? We are taking it everything from external, and we have been taking so many things, and we are not seeing ourselves as light. We are seeing entire darkness inside, and we are afraid to charge. Even to the body also, we are afraid to charge it also, to recharge it. Everything we have, oh, we want to decorate. Why only on a birthday you feel yourself as special? Why not other days? Why only that day you are special? Okay, because every day we have removed our body, we have disconnected ourselves. The body, mind, and spirit, and the essence, which the spark, which actually you are, your authentic self, three are not in connection. So all these problems are happening. Everything seems nothing works, because there is no alignment inside. Now we create our depth, we create our burden, because we don't like. But what is your way? You ask a question for yourself. What is your way? How do you express your lack of self-worth? How do you express it? Now, perfection of babies, when you look at the perfection of babies, how perfect you were when you were born. You check into yourself how perfect you were when you were a tiny baby. Babies do not have anything to be perfect. Everything there, they freely express. They used to, as a child, you expressed your feelings freely, and nothing was in a perfect. You never had as a child that here I need to speak, here I should not speak, these are the words I should only use, these are the words I'm not supposed to use. There's so many things, but it was so perfect. Everything happened to us because its expression was directly from inside. Okay, so everything was perfect. Now when you stand in front of a mirror, now as a grown up, when you stand look into a mirror, when you look into a mirror, how do you feel? To start doing an exercise every day. Whenever you come across a mirror, you stand in front of the mirror, look into that eyes, okay, and say, I love you. Say whatever the name, whatever you can say the names, even if any other person, your parents, your partner, or anybody, you can say the names and you say, I love and accept. You can even say, whoever you are, when you are standing in front of the mirror, you are seeing yourself, whoever you are, I love you the way you are. And I'm not expecting any change. You are okay, whatever you are, oh, it is okay with me, and I accept you exactly the way you are without any changes. Okay, the problem is not actually the problem. It is like, for example, I will give you an example. There is a case study very long time back, which I have done. There was a girl who had all the issues of not getting married. Okay, she has been applying for many jobs and all, she was not getting married. So she came for a session for why not getting married. And now when she checked into herself, she connected to a memory where in one of her lifetime, the thought has created a story. There are so many thoughts about her that created a story. Okay, that story she looked as an entire picture, as if life going on. Okay, it is alive. Every thought is alive. It is working. It is alive inside. So she saw that, she's not good looking, and there was a lifetime where she was very beautiful and very good looking and very, very nice, and there were so many people who wanted to marry her, and in that everyone killed each other out of that competition, and it made so much irritating to her. Then she decided, I will never look beautiful again in life. Okay, and now when she connected to this moment, that memory, when she began to relate to this moment, what she realized is, yes, in my childhood everyone used to say such a cute girl, such a sweet girl, and such a beautiful girl, and she started accepting all that. But later on, as she grew, sometimes suddenly somebody told her that, oh, in childhood she was very cute, now what happened, she's not looking that very good. And now this started, making her feel discomfort. It never began to like her, and whenever she's coming across for any marriage, because that is one thought, those were many thoughts very positively entered her, and one thought which was negative, which was against her, also entered her, and there was a conflict in these two thoughts going on inside. And now whenever she's getting an alliance, some people are saying, she's okay, good looking, but not that very good, because there's a conflict going on. Now she could understand that was that thought and their judgment and their opinion about me. Why should I be bothered? Now when she looked at herself, then she trusted. The trust has born from out that I am so beautiful, I'm perfect in whatever way I am. And the joy she felt of connecting back to her and her own thing and accepting her, holding her close to herself, it has cleared all the things. Within no time, she got married, and a wonderful couple they were. Whenever there is awareness to the problem, it is the first sign to look into it. You need to first be aware of what is the problem. The real problem, the problem is not rarely a problem. Whatever you are saying that this is what is my problem, that is not the problem. There is something else behind, which is throbbing from inside to see things in this certain way. When you enter it, this is the awareness that something is not working itself will be the first sign to look into it. Now where does it come from? Generally every situation comes from the lack of self-love. Now do this mental house cleaning program. You need to, how are your limited beliefs, work on your limited beliefs. I am not good enough. If there is anything, oh, I am not good at that work, so I couldn't do it. Okay. Where it came from? Because parents said sometime in your childhood, you heard somewhere that you are stupid, or you are being ignored, you have been abandoned, or whatever issue has happened. So you have taken for granted that I'm not good enough. Maybe your teachers have told, maybe somebody suddenly some stranger has come and told you something, or maybe your parents have told you anything. Anybody might have told anything, but something entered you. You allowed something to enter you, and it started playing the game. Okay, maybe the limited belief is like life is dangerous. If you think, if you have a belief system that life is dangerous, where is that come from? Maybe one parent you are very scared of, maybe your grandparents or anybody, maybe you're scared of. In your childhood you might have heard that, oh, grandparents have come, you are not supposed to talk in front of them, you have to be very silent in front of them. That's the respect you need to give. It is like, you're frightened, you're scared, oh my god, it's not grandfather, it is some evil spirit which has come. Okay, so this is all the thing which are there in the mind, and then you get into this belief systems, you begin to believe, you forget where it has come from, but the belief system is remain as life is dangerous. And now make a list of all these things, begin to make a list of all these things, whether your parents or relatives or said, or or anybody, any strangers have told you, from your teachers, your friends, or any authority figures, also from your any place, from your school or your family members, or anywhere, your boss, you are working anywhere, whatever they told about you which was not very convenient, very happy terms for you. Now see yourself, when you see yourself as a child, as when you are blaming your family, surest way to be in a problem is, so what to do now? Always, whenever, instead of blaming your family, like after listing out all these things, now you say, oh, my family members have told me this, now that is the reason I'm going through all these things. You don't have to blame now, you are grown up. It was that time, with that situation, that their kind of capacity of perceiving things they have uttered. Now you don't have to hold on that and create more nonsense in your life. You can always say, now what? Okay, at that point of time they told me, and now what? Now what do I do? Now choosing our parents, whenever we have, like the light, we actually are the spark, we actually are the way it has chosen the body to express itself, it will be comfortable. See, when you want to take a house, you check everything whether it is suitable for you or not, whether it is matching your views or not, you will check. The same way, when you have checked your body and even your parents, you have checked all these things. So you have chosen your parents, you have chosen your body, you have chosen the way mind is going to work for you. So the blame game is of no use. You need to understand. So always, like, listening to others is, we are here to transcend our early limitations. We have to come beyond our limitations, whatever they were, whatever, any thought process which is limiting you, always we have to cross over that. We need to face that. We are here to recognize our own status, our own self, our own authentic self. We are here to, and no matter whatever they told, all the whatever things that your parents or elders or authority figures or whatever they have told of you, the only thing is, you need to identify, you need to see yourself however you look. The minute you see yourself, the expression is coming from there. You identify that you are not a just ordinary, but you are something very extraordinary, which you have come here to leave your signature into this world. Always examine your thoughts, examine your thoughts. It's only a belief you learned as a child. What is that belief you learned as a child, and that is making your every situation to see, to perceive in such a way? If you believe it, it seems true. And each moment is a new beginning. You ask yourself, is it true? Whatever I am seeing, is it true? Is it true really? Is it this what is happening? Or is it because, I had this limited belief, I heard this so many times, I believed some thought, and that is the reason I'm seeing it like this. I'm accepting this the way it is. Or if I'm not liking whatever I see, now better I change my perception. Give your eyes always a positive thing. Give your ears a positivity only. Give your nose to smell always the authentic fragrance. Allow your throat to speak, utter only which sounds very positive. Okay? Make this system, make yourself in such a way, tune yourself, reframe yourself, reform yourself. That is possible when we are always remember, we all have come here only to connect back to ourselves. to get back to ourselves, to check ourselves, to see how magnificent we are, to see how beautiful and amazing we are. We need to see ourselves. And however you are seeing, this is how things are going to be expressed in your life. These are the situations you get in life. Okay. However you see, the minute you see yourself, learn how you are and what is that you want to change yourself. You will know what you can change. Anything can be changed, because change is the only thing which will permanently happen, and this can never be changed. Change can never be changed because it keeps changing, right? So always be in this. So friend, this little about the problem and dealing with the problem, and understanding the problem is not outside, it is inside. It is because we have not yet identified the authentic self, the spark. We are searching only the darkness which is there around, but we are not seeing that we are the light. Okay, this little thing we need to understand, we need to follow. Okay friends, so thank you so much for being, and we'll get back tomorrow with a new topic again sharp at 7 o'clock. Any doubts you have on this, you can please leave a comment, and we'll get back. Thank you friends, see you all tomorrow sharp at 7 o'clock. Thank you.